So good morning to all. So this is our lecture 2 from our 11th lecture series. This is on list. To understand list, just let us have a look at one list. We have a squares of numbers. How the list is written, squares is equal to, it is written in square bracket and contains the elements separated by comma. So here we have written 5 elements separated by comma. Now how this list is read, or it can be same as a string. We can read the list or elements in the list similar to the elements in the string. So how will be the indexing then? So for this first element we have indexing 0. Okay, so this is 0th element in the string. This is first element, second element, third and fourth element. Similar to string, we can read the list from the right side also. So when you are reading a list from the right to left, then the index is similar to string, that this rightmost has a index -1, this has index -2, this has index -3 and so on. Now consider another list is there. Now this is list of numbers. Now we will see another list which is list of string. So list of strings. So here we will see that first element is arithmetic, second one is logic, relational, bitwise. Now due to space, what I did here, after writing the first element, I put 3 dots. Now what these 3 dots indicate? These 3 dots indicate that the list is still not complete, or the statement is not complete. The statement in the Python is still not complete, but it continues on the next line. So first line, second, third, fourth. To write the one single statement, we took 4 statements, 4 lines, and to write it in the Python interpreter or editor, we have to put dot dot dot, 3 dots. Okay, so how many elements are there in this list? 4 elements. The index will start at 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I am asking you which element is there at position 2, so which is that element? Relational. And now if I ask the which element is at position -2, okay, so -2 means we are starting with -1 from right. So this is last element, -1, -2. So which element is at position -2? Relational. Okay, so with these 2 examples, what we see here, when we have more than one element, that we are clubbed together in the form of a list. So how we will define list? So list is a compound data type used to group together other values. So which values we are grouped together? In the first list we grouped together different numbers, and in the second list we grouped together different strings. Okay, so these are the points regarding the list. One important point, so in list we are writing comma separated values. Now see, this is one important thing. Lists are mutable. So yesterday what we saw, strings are immutable, means in place replacement, or in place we cannot change the elements of the string. But here the lists are mutable, means we can change. Okay, so we will see that how we can change. And the last point is about indexing and slicing is similar to string. Okay, so now we will see how we can use, or how we can mute the list. We can change the list. Now here in this example of squares, we have the numbers 1, 4, 8, 16, 25. What we are expecting that these are the squares of a number, but by mistake 1, 4, 8, instead of writing 1, 4, 8, 16, 25, square of 1, square of 2, square of 3, 4, 5. Square of 3, by mistake I wrote as a 8. I have to make it as a 9. So if I can change it, we can say that lists are mutable. If we cannot change it, lists are immutable. But what we are saying, lists are mutable. Now to change this, what we have to do? See, the reference of that list is square and the index is 8. So how I can write here? Squares 2 is equal to, now that value I would like to replace with 9. So I will write here squares 2 is equal to 9. And if I print now, so what I will get? I will get the numbers as that list as 1, 4. Instead of 8 now, 8 is replaced by 9, 16 and 25. Okay, so in this way, what we can say, lists are mutable. We can change the element of the list. Okay, now see this one important statement. L is equal to squares. Which list I have? Squares. Now what this assignment will do? It will represent L equal to squares. Now squares is one list. Now we are storing that squares, we are assigning that list to a variable L. What it indicates? Now consider this is our list and we are referring this list with a name square. But now what I did? I assign it with a L. So what it indicates now? L is also referring to the same list referred by square. So what you can say now? The list referred by square and L is the same list. Now if I am writing here L is equal to or L already we have used, we'll use L2. L2 is equal to squares. Now one list function is there, copy. So what this list function will do? It will copy the same list squares into another list. So what we will get here? I am showing here that now we have another copy of that list. See, this is only the representation of that square list. I am showing symbolically, and here this copy will be assigned to L2. What it indicates? That this list is separate and this list is separate. So here both are two different lists. The first list is referred by both square as well as L, but the second list is only referred by L2. So if you make any changes in L2, that will not reflect here, but if you make any changes to L, that will reflect in square. Okay, now we'll see that with an example. We have a list and that list contains now 5 elements, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Now what I will do, one built-in function there which will work on the list, that is append. So what this append will do, any single element if you want to add to the list, then if I am writing L dot append 36, what this will do, to the original list L which contains element 1, 2, 4, 8, 4 after that, no, not 2, we have only squares. So 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, these 5 elements are there, and due to this append, this value will be appended to this list. And now how many elements our list contains? Our list contains now total 6 elements. There is one more built-in function, that is extend. Now if I would like to append any other list or extend this list by adding some another list, let us that list contains the elements like 64, 81 and 100, which are square of 8, 9, 10. Now this additional list I would like to add to this list. So now after this, what our list contains? It contains the elements from 1 to 36, then 64 to 100. So total how many elements are there then? 9. Now here we are missing one element, that is after 36 and before 64, which is 49. Now this 49 is what? It is square of which number? It is square of 7. Square of 7 is 49. Now 7, where will place the better position for 7? It is at after 6. Now what is the index of 6? Index starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what will be the index of 49? 6. So what we can do this one? We have one more built-in function, insert. Now in insert function, first what you have to write, the value which you want to insert, the position where you want to insert this value. So position is 6, and what value you would like to insert, that value will write afterwards. Okay, so here the index in the list and 49 is the value to be inserted in the list. Now if you want to remove certain element in the list, what command we can use? L dot, or the function we can use is L dot remove 100. So this will remove the last element in the list. Now another one function is there, that is if you want to sort or if you want to reverse the list. So we have L dot reverse. So this will display the list in the reverse order. Reverse order means first now 100 is removed. So from 81, 64, 49 up to 1 it will be displayed. Now if you want to arrange the list in ascending order, then we have a built-in function sort. So what you will do, it will arrange the list in the order. And remember, all these functions, they are working in place. In place means no need to create the second list. On the same list the operations will be performed. Now is the time for quiz. These are the 5 questions given here. You note down. No need to note down, just find the answer.